Morning everyone, Susan here. I have another journal that I'm working on. Surprise, surprise, I know. I was in Dallas in Flower Mound with my son and my grandson, and I had not brought any journaling supplies with me. Couldn't believe it. So I went to the secondhand bookstore and found a textbook of one of the subjects I hated the most, intermediate algebra, and decided that I would use it, and then when I got home I would tear the pages out and put it in my regular journal at home. Well, I enjoyed using it so much I didn't do that, and I ended up making this a daily journal. I know there's some books out there called A Day in Your Life, a 365-day journal, book of days. There's all sorts of journals with titles about doing 1 page a day for 365 days a year. So this is my version. This is my junk journal, art journal version of a year. So I've got this book, and at my son's house, all he had was electrical tape in all these different colors. So that's what I use to reinforce it. And when this book is finished, I will then decorate it, probably with jelly print. But for right now, this is it. So as you can see, it's already getting thick. I started this on August 13th. And I am about here in it. So you can see it's going to get very thick as it goes. Maybe you see better that way. You can see where I've already been working in it. And I went through and wrinkled up every like third or fourth page in this side, just so it wouldn't all lay flat like we do in our composition journals. So I would get an idea of how big it was going to be. And I put tabs in here, one for each month. And at first I was going just strictly in order. And when I realized what I was doing, I said, oh no, got to think outside the box. I got to get out of this. Everything has to be a certain way. So then I just started randomly sticking the tags in there, which I like. Okay, let's go inside. This was the initial first page, and what I do all through this journal is I write at least 1 page a day. And if I have more to say and I haven't dated it, I can do a tip in, I can do a pocket, right on the pocket page. It just doesn't matter. I do anything I want to in here. And these are some of the jelly prints that I do. My sister was asking me, she goes, well, I want to do a journal, but I don't want it where everybody can read it. So I saw a video on YouTube about hidden writing, and what they said do, one of the things they said do, was to write whatever you want, then cover it up where you can still see the writing, but no one else can read it unless they just really, really want to read A Day in Your Boring Life. That's how I looked at it. So I did that and jelly printed on tissue paper, put tape in on the pages as I'm going through because it is an old textbook, and doodled. Did some more of the jelly printing. There's some more. You can see that it's kind of shiny. So as you can see, it's all written on, and you can go back and add anytime you want. So it's a written journal and an art journal at the same time. Because unless you say it's finished, that page is never finished, right? Did a little flip out here, the little writings. I felt like writing a lot that day. More jelly print. Stamping, jelly print. More stamping. And so as you can see, it just goes on and on, spray inked. There's a freedom in this where there's no right or wrong, and just whatever you have sitting on your table that day after you get through writing, you just start sticking it in there. Made a pocket out of the paper that I was using as a drop cloth. It was a paper bag. Tore it up, made a pocket, wrote on both sides, stamped it up. Did the same thing here, and I thought, first I did a square, and then I thought, why am I just doing squares? So I didn't, made something else. Just a little note here that I can go back and write in. Just sprayed it, inked it up on one of those days when I want to go back. This one I've already written on. Flip. That's a new stamp that I got. Isn't that beautiful? That face. Or not stamp, it's a stencil. Made a pocket. Another one of the book pages inside. And I washi tape as it starts coming loose in the center to kind of hold it together. Another pocket at an angle. And this is where I just went back and spray inked and haven't done any more embellishment yet, but I will. And some pages I didn't write on, I'd left just to do as an art spread. On those days when you just don't feel like writing a lot, I'll go do an art page. Book page, pocket here to write on, pocket here to write on. And now here is this past week where I'm still just writing. I haven't gone back, folded the page, put some receipts. I haven't gone back and decorated any of these yet in this current week. I'll do that this weekend sometime. And then up into today. And there you have it. And then these are all dated with pages left for art. I just wrote at the top if it was supposed to be an art page. And I've started adding some of the pockets and the papers to write on those days when I have some spare time. Don't know what I feel like doing. I'll just come in here and work in here. And I love the feel of this old textbook paper. So, there you have it. My day in the life, 365 day journal. Bye-bye.